By day, Changi Beach paints the picture of serenity, a peaceful retreat with golden sands, lapping waves, and the scent of the sea carried by a gentle breeze. Families gather for barbecues, joggers weave along the shoreline, and photographers capture stunning sunsets. But when the sun disappears below the horizon and night takes over, this picturesque beach becomes something entirely different. Changi Beach is more than just a scenic spot. Beneath its tranquil surface lies a sinister history, a past so dark and tragic that many believe it left a permanent scar on the land. And if the whispers are true, the echoes of that history still roam the sands, crying out for justice, or perhaps peace. During World War II, Changi Beach was one of the locations chosen by Japanese forces for the horrific Sook Ching Massacre. This brutal event targeted Chinese men suspected of being anti-Japanese, resulting in the execution of thousands of innocent people. Changi Beach became an execution ground where victims were shot, bayoneted, or beheaded in cold blood. Imagine the despair and terror of those moments, the cries of helpless men, the splashing of waves mixed with screams, and the silence that followed as the bodies were dragged into the sea or buried in unmarked graves. Today, these gruesome events remain etched into the history of Changi Beach, and many believe the spirits of the victims have never left. As night falls, Changi Beach takes on an eerie stillness. The laughter of children and the chatter of visitors fade away, replaced by the soft rustling of leaves and the rhythmic crash of waves. But if you listen closely, some say you can hear more than just the sounds of nature. There are whispers, faint voices carried by the breeze. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied murmurs in languages like Mandarin or Hokkien, as though unseen figures are desperately trying to communicate. These whispers often come from nowhere, growing louder, only to vanish suddenly, leaving an icy chill in the air. More unsettling are the screams. Some claim to hear the distant cries of men, sharp and anguished, as if reliving their final moments. These sounds seem to rise from the darkness, echoing across the empty beach, only to dissolve into silence, leaving behind an overwhelming sense of unease. Sightings of apparitions at Changi Beach are frequent enough to chill even the most skeptical hearts. Shadowy figures are said to wander the sands, their movements slow and aimless, as if lost in time. Many witnesses describe these figures as headless, an unsettling reminder of the executions that took place. One fisherman shared a harrowing experience. While fishing late at night, he noticed what looked like a group of people standing silently by the water. As he approached, the figures began to fade, until they completely vanished before his eyes. "I couldn't believe what I saw," he said. "It was like they were never really there, but the air felt heavy, like something didn't want me there." Campers have also recounted terrifying encounters. One group, staying overnight on the beach, woke to find strange footprints circling their tent, footprints that led to nowhere. Another described seeing a woman dressed in white, standing far off in the distance. When they tried to approach, she turned and walked into the sea, disappearing beneath the waves without a ripple. Even in the daylight, some have felt the unnerving sensation of being watched. Joggers and walkers report feeling an invisible presence behind them, only to turn and find no one there. The weight of these unseen eyes is described as oppressive, as if the spirits of the beach are keeping a silent vigil. The stories from Changi Beach are endless, each more chilling than the last. A young couple, hoping to enjoy a quiet evening stroll, shared their frightening experience. We were walking along the shore when we heard someone calling out faintly. It sounded like a man's voice, but the beach was empty. At first we thought it was the wind, but then it got louder, like it was coming closer. We ran back to our car and didn't look back. Another tale comes from a security guard patrolling the area at night. He described seeing a figure sitting under a tree, motionless and staring out at the sea. When he approached to check, the figure disappeared, leaving behind only a patch of cold air and an overwhelming sense of dread. The energy of Changi Beach is unlike anywhere else. For many, it's not just the history that feels heavy, but the very atmosphere of the place. Some believe the spirits of the massacre victims are trapped, unable to find peace because of the violent and unjust nature of their death. Others suggest that the sheer volume of suffering left an imprint on the land, a lingering echo that replays itself over and over. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, it's hard to ignore the weight of what happened here. Changi Beach is a place where history feels alive. A place where the past whispers, screams, and lingers in the shadows. By day, Changi Beach is a haven for relaxation, a reminder of nature's beauty. But for those who dare to visit after dark, it becomes something else entirely. Few are brave enough to walk the sands alone at night, and even fewer leave without a story of their own. If you decide to visit, go with an open mind and a respectful heart. Listen closely to the wind, the waves, and the whispers. You might hear nothing, or you might leave with the memory of a chilling encounter that will stay with you forever. Changi Beach is not just a place. It's a portal to the past, where the line between history and the supernatural blurs. Are you ready to step into the darkness and face what waits there? Visit Changi Beach and share your experiences with us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing stories.